At our anniversary dinner, I raised my glass to announce my promotion, and my husband said, "Which executive did you sleep with?" The entire restaurant table went silent, including my parents, his parents, my sister, and his brother, who'd all come to celebrate our 10th anniversary. "What did you just say?" I set down my champagne glass and stared at my husband, Daniel, who was smirking like he'd made a clever joke instead of accusing me of sleeping my way to a promotion in front of our families. "Come on, we're all thinking it. You went from senior analyst to VP in 2 years. That doesn't happen unless someone's getting special treatment." He took a sip of his wine casually. "I'm guessing it was Robert since he's getting divorced and you had all those late meetings with him." My mother gasped. "Daniel, that's a horrible thing to say." He shrugged and looked around the table. "Is it though? Let's be realistic. She's not that talented. Average college, average grades, average performance reviews until suddenly she's shooting up the ladder. Do the math." My father-in-law James shifted uncomfortably. "Son, maybe this isn't the time." But Daniel was warming up. "No, this is the perfect time. Everyone's here. They should know what kind of woman she really is." He pulled out his phone. "I've been tracking her promotions, and every single one happened after she spent significant alone time with male supervisors. First was Kevin in accounting. Remember him, honey? You worked on that audit together for 3 months, then boom, promotion." He showed a spreadsheet to the table. "Then Gregory in operations. Another 3-month project, another promotion. Now Robert, and look, she's a VP. The pattern is obvious." My sister Julia stood up. "You're disgusting. She earned those promotions." Daniel laughed. "Earned? She can barely use Excel properly. I have to help her with basic formulas. You think someone who needs help with spreadsheets becomes VP of strategic planning on merit?" He turned to his brother. "Tom, remember when she asked us what EBITDA meant at that barbecue? This woman didn't know basic business terms, but somehow she's running a strategy." Tom looked away, embarrassed. "That was 4 years ago, Daniel. People learn." Daniel snorted. "Not that much. Not that fast. Unless they're learning in hotel rooms." He pulled up another document on his phone. "Look at this. Every one of her business trips coincided with Robert's travel schedule. Miami in March, Denver in May, Chicago in July. They were always at the same conferences. You think that's a coincidence?" I tried to grab his phone, but he pulled it away. "Those were required conferences for the leadership team. Everyone went. But Daniel was on a roll. Everyone went, but you got promoted after. Funny how that works. What happened in Miami? You came back with that new watch you said was a company gift. Companies don't give Cartier watches, honey. Guilty executives do." My mother-in-law started crying. "Daniel, please stop this." He turned to her. "Mom, you deserve to know who your daughter-in-law really is. She's using her body to climb the corporate ladder while I'm working honestly at my dad's company making half what she makes. It's humiliating." His father interrupted. "You work 3 days a week and spend the rest golfing." Daniel's face went red. "That's different. I'm networking. She's doing something else entirely." He stood up and addressed the whole restaurant, which was now watching. "Everyone should know that my wife, who couldn't even get into business school on her first try, is now a VP at a Fortune 500 company. Does that make sense to anyone?" A woman at the next table spoke up. "Maybe she's just good at her job." Daniel laughed bitterly. "Good at her job? She brought home a presentation last week with spelling errors. Spelling errors. And she's supposedly strategic planning for $1 billion company? Please. The only thing she's good at planning is which executive to target next." He turned back to me. "So which one was it? Robert? Or maybe all three? Is that how you went from 60,000 to 200,000 in 5 years?" My sister pulled out her phone. "Actually, Daniel, I have something interesting here." She showed the screen to everyone. "This is from your company's website. It shows you as a junior sales associate, the same position you've had for 8 years. While your wife got promoted 4 times, you haven't moved up once." Daniel's face darkened. "That's because I don't compromise my integrity." Julia continued. "Really? Because I also have this email from your father to the CEO of his company." She read aloud. "Please find a position for my son Daniel. He's been struggling to meet basic targets, but we can't fire him for obvious reasons." The table went silent. Daniel's father grabbed the phone. "Where did you get this?" Julia smiled. "Daniel has the lowest sales numbers in the company, but the highest salary for his position. Nepotism at its finest." She turned to me. Meanwhile, my sister graduated summa cum laude from her MBA program, which she completed while working full-time. She published 3 papers on strategic market analysis that are still cited in academic journals. Her previous company tried to counteroffer with a 30% raise to keep her. Daniel's mother looked at him shocked. "You said she barely graduated." Julia pulled up another document. Full story on channel. Link below.